Hello and welcome to Schoolstone today. I am MartyB, and with me we have Doctorfeesh. Feesh, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Having a nice weekend so far, ready to
Nice, nice,
get,
nice, nice.
get some matches in, get some learning in, and have a nice time.
Yeah, we got some real special ones this week. First up, we got memnarch from Hey Loser versus MrPython from Bash Bros 2 Electric Boogaloo. So this matchup is going to be a bit different from what we're normally used to. Um, Should we tell them now, or should we just give them an idea of what to expect later?
It's up to you.
Well,
I
before we move on, I
I'm
think it's important to note after that match we have a second one between Ariane20 from Sir Finley Squires and Dabs of Mrgl Reborn. They'll be playing in Legacy, so that'll be closed deckless. We don't know too much, but we do know what will be played in the first matchup. So
yes,
yeah, let's actually take a look. These are some very unique decks this week.
yes.
So on the left, we have memnarch here, bringing a pretty aggro lineup outside of Reno Priest, Secret Mage, Kingsbane Rogue, Pirate Warrior, and the aforementioned Reno Priest. But then we take a look at MrPython's lineups. Fish, what's going on here?
Mr. Python decided to go all in, or had to put two decks with Wretched Tiller in it, which currently has some fun interactions with the client. I'm looking at these decks myself, trying to figure out what they actually do.
Okay, well,
So maybe you can enlighten me.
yeah, so Wretched Tiller has a fun little interaction with Death Speaker and Hysteria. Hysteria works on any minion you choose as long as you can target it. If an immune minion is on your side, let's say, you can target that. And then Hysteria
Mhm.
works until either all of the minions are dead or the minion that's attacking is dead. Now, if Wretched Tiller has immune, then it can't die. So all
Mhm.
you need to do is guarantee the number of hits to deal enough damage to kill the opponent. These are DK decks.
Oh,
So you
gotcha.
have two options. You can either get enough health on the board and then Wretched Tiller, Death Speaker to make it immune, and then go off with Hysteria.
Mhm.
Or you can make one of your Death Speakers immune, the Wretched Tiller immune on turn 10, and then Hysteria that, and they'll just constantly attack each other until the opponent is dead. And that is a max 60 damage combo.
Gotcha.
That's for the Warlock at least. The Priest
Yeah.
is a little bit different. It actually can go off twice. So we see Shrinkmeister added. You give
Mhm.
the Wretched Tiller immune and -2 attack, which makes it 0 attack, which means it doesn't damage anything. That means it's
Mhm.
guaranteed 60 damage each time. It's a little bit
Mhm.
slower to reach the combo, but it has a much higher ceiling.
Yeah.
So this combo has been subject to scrutiny. It's already going to be changed next week, which is why
Is that absolutely
this
confirmed?
this matchup is so special. Um, the reason why it was a concern is because people are having the rope go for so long that they lose their turn before they're able to play.
Yeah.
And so players have been resorting to the disconnect exploit so that they can actually get their turn in against this deck.
Mhm.
Very frustrating. So I know the board was considering potentially banning Wretched Tiller from decks, but that won't be an issue after next week considering the change. We'll have to see
Okay.
what Blizzard decides to do. But yeah, we are in for a treat. So
Cool.
with that said, other than that, MrPython brought two aggro decks, which is no surprise whatsoever. Secret Mage
Yeah.
and Kingsbane Rogue, both very good. They also happen to be the best counters against these Wretched Tiller decks. These Tiller decks are pure combo. They hate aggro. You really want to beat
Yep.
them? Just hit face.
Smork.
So, no surprise there.
Yeah.
Memnarch, being pretty aware of this, came prepared himself. So, we'll have to see how it goes. His Reno Priest may have a hard time though.
Yeah, it might.
His
We
out.
have bans. We do have the bans.
Okay, let's see. Let's check the bans. But that Reno Priest, the out there is going to be Elucia. So he'll have to get Elucia down to steal the combo and just play the pieces and make them useless.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll see how that goes. Now we do have the bans, and it's a double mage ban.
Yeah,
it shouldn't come to a surprise. We won't be seeing secret mages. Yeah, secret mage is just very, very
it's
potent
just
and
very
wild.
good. Yeah, it is.
So no surprise there. In the meantime, however, I do think it's time to let the players know we're ready when they are.
Yep. And memnarch also has to add me, so I can spec him. So I have MrPython added. I just need memnarch. I did add him. I went on the site and got his battle tag from it. But yeah, I mean, these players are, it's should be about time for them to start. All right, there we go. Awesome.
Okay.
We'll just wait for them to challenge up. They're both, I assume, getting their decks ready, just making sure they have the correct decks. Now this is open. Obviously, this is open deck list since we know them, the decks, so they can know what each person has.
Correct. Yeah, and so for this first matchup, we'll have MrPython on the bottom. Looks like they're preparing to battle Friend.
Yes.
Now, I'm curious to see what will be queued up first. I think we're going to see Kingsbane Rogue from MrPython. It's going to be very difficult for him to get those Tiller decks through. memnarch planned for this and is pretty heavily countering MrPython here.
Yeah.
So it's like we are still waiting.
I have one eyeball, but I don't think it's any of them. No. I have eyeball.
They have started. It's just a matter of getting it.
Yeah, MrPython might not have a spectate on.
He does. It'll come up.
Okay, cool.
Looks like we have Rogue versus Warrior first. Now, Kingsbane Rogue is considered the superior aggro deck by a lot of people, just in general. But this matchup is a little weird because Pirate Warrior is generally favored. It actually out-tempos and out-races the Kingsbane Rogue most of the time. MrPython having an unfortunate draw with patches in the mulligan.
Okay.
memnarch having
no
quite
patches.
A few options,
no patches bug.
Yeah, no patches bug this time at least.
Although
very fortunate.
memnarch when memnarch plays a card, it should.
Yes, we will have it most likely because he will get patches.
Okay. Cool.
Choosing a pass turn one. So the idea here is he has the Skybarge in hand, and he's just going to play out the Skybarge and swing the board hard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the Ankar here is just preparing for that swing, clearing the board so that the Skybarge is guaranteed to stay. This also corrupts. Man. Oh, that's an unfortunate draw. Patches, but it is nice for us because that means we won't have to leave.
Respectate.
Yeah, we want it to leave spectator.
Hmm.
So that also corrupts the nitro boost poison or the nitro
Hmm.
boost oil.
No, it's poison. You got it correct.
Okay. We all call it mini oil in wild, so
Yeah, I call it mini oil as well. Or yeah, baby shark.
so unfortunately for memnarch, that skybarge isn't gonna stick,
Mm-hmm.
but it is gonna soak up a lot of damage here.
Wow, he got to kill it with the plunder and go 5 face. Very well planned and played by MrPython.
Yeah, and now memnarch is just fighting from behind with no way to swing the board really. He's forced to tank 3
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll clean up a bit here, but he's still behind. Already down to 15 health. Really not looking good.
Yeah. No, it's not looking good, especially with raiding party.
Got raiding party and the nitro boost poison online too.
That will draw King's Bane. Yes.
Now with prize plunder coming down, MrPython doesn't even have to trade.
Yeah. No. He just goes all face. King's Bane and poison in a corrupted poison in hand.
Yeah, this is just
Spells.
gonna be it.
Spells a bit of doom.
Yeah, you
Yeah. There's
needed to get
no.
the sword eater there.
Yes.
As we see, memnarch has lethal in hand.
Yes.
And that will be it for game 1.
Mm-hmm.
This Kingsbane rogue is just so explosive.
Oh yeah.
Even in unfavored matchups, if you don't get that perfect curve, it can be so hard to come back against.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now MrPython has only his 2 Tiller decks left. King's Bane Rogue has made it through. This is Conquest, so each deck will win with all 3 of their decks.
And it looks like we're going to see the Tiller Warlock first.
Yep. And King's Bane Rogue from memnarch.
Not surprised here. Kingsbane is probably the best matchup for him into these Tiller decks.
Yeah. It's so interesting to see how these decks um have been constructed for the OTK concerning cards like Target Dummy being included.
So,
Um,
Target Dummy is an interesting choice because with this deck, you cycle so hard, you need to dump hand. It just
yeah,
happens to also have Taunt, which is very good against
yeah.
decks like Kingsbane Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
MrPython's hand looking a bit slow though.
Mm-hmm.
Even with memnarch drawing patches, it's just not all that great.
Yeah.
Um,
See the coined Red Corsair, which puts a nice nice taunt in the way. We do know there is an answer. However, it still forces some amount of pressure and allows Memnarch not to have to take any extra damage. But we see this deck starting to get in the life taps and everything. Hysteria has been drawn well as the new card Backfire.
Memnarch choosing to go with the cutting class first. I like this because it corrupts the Nitro Boost Poison.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I think we're just going to see patches dropped if anything comes down here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if you're gonna play anything, you just drop patches. And opted not to play anything. That's perfectly fine.
There's the 2 Death Speakers.
Yeah. Now the only thing left to do eventually is to draw the Tiller. And also try and stay alive.
Now, the Emperor Thaurissan, this deck, is going to be very key in whether MrPython is able to combo.
Yeah. I'm guessing you have to trigger it once for things to play out
The
correctly.
idea is it'll allow MrPython to combo before turn 10. He's absolutely going to have to do that if he wants to have a chance here.
Wonder what memnarch is deciding on. It looked like he hovered over Foxy Fraud, but I'm gonna guess he's gonna end up going with
He likes the Nitro Boost Poison here.
Yeah, Nitro Boost Poison. It's 9 damage. It puts MrPython down to 10 and 7 on board. Forces trades. The Mistress of Mixers will trade nicely here, and we'll give life back to MrPython, some extra life. So there's no so it's pretty good, pretty helpful.
Now, we see the combo in hand. MrPython
Oh
just
yeah,
has to survive now. That's all he has to do.
yes, yeah. But it looks like it might be a bit tough. We do see like party and eviscerate and things like that in hand.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard for memnarch to get the damage needed.
Yeah.
We're going to see Foxy Fraud here into Raiding Party just to get that Kingsbane back.
Yep. As well as getting a South Sea Deckhand and a Buccaneer.
Yeah, we're going to see South Sea drop, not the Buccaneer. Reason for South Sea is because you just need to push damage here. You need to get past that target dummy.
Agreed, yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Yes.
Pushing 5.
You push 5, there's very little turns left, not a lot of healing drawn.
Yeah, I think
quite a lot of stuff in hand. There could see a Dark Skies play here potentially.
We are gonna see play, I think.
Plague, yeah.
The question is whether MrPython taps. He really needed Emperor on 6 here, and he just doesn't have it. Yeah. I don't see an out for him.
I agree. I don't see much of an out either.
He can tap, but that's going to put him within lethal range too. And I don't believe he has any more healing left.
No, unless he, because Mistress only.
Mistress heals for 4.
Does.
Have we seen
heals for 4? But it's a death rattle. That's the main thing. Gonna use a Death Speaker. Okay. Gonna opt to just go for full removal. No.
Yeah, and that's just lethal from memnarch's side.
Yeah, I mean you're right. Oil plus eviscerate is lethal.
Yep, and there you have it. Just like that.
Yep.
1-1.
Kingsbane Rogue gets through for both players. Now we're looking at just again the 2 Tiller decks for MrPython, and we're looking at Rito Priest and Pirate Warrior.
Yeah,
Or
I
yeah,
can't
I
help
guess
but
Raza
wonder.
Priest, Reno Priest.
Can't help but wonder what MrPython is thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have the next matchup starting up.
Yeah.
It's like Pirate Warrior versus the Tiller Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
That Defile is going to be very helpful.
Yeah.
Memnarch has a bit of a slow hand though. We do have to restart though because of the patches bug. Second.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Get right back in. You would think by now patches would be fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing a full client restart.
All good. Sword Eater coming down on turn 4. Memnarch just pushing face with the South Sea Captain. Question is whether he trades into the Mistress with his weapon right now. Looks like he's going face. Not too much of a surprise there. So MrPython is in an awkward spot right here. Doesn't really have a way to clear things cleanly.
Just okay.
He can use Hysteria, but that would hinder his combo later on, and then he's at risk for not having a win condition later.
Mm-hmm.
Opts to trade first. Looks like he's got a tour guide. And Defile now. So that'll give him a full clear at the expense of a few resources and some healing. That means this deck only has 8 healing left, plus whatever damage it does to itself while trying to draw and cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Memnarch here could either go
some...
Skybarge and deal 2 damage, or he could play the Dread Corsair and get a +1/+1 on his weapon with the Bloodsail. And it looks like he's going with the Bloodsail Cultist play. This is more damage and more tempo on the board. Once again, MrPython struggling to find a way to deal with the board. Taking more damage. That is a very good pull, though. Double Mistress of Mixtures. He has to play those out. He needs the healing. Looks like we're going to see a Hysteria used here. I'm not sure if this is really what we want to see, though. Very risky. Yes, it clears the board, but it means it's going to be much harder to finish this game later on. And we see the Sharkfin fan with the Skybarge now. Skybarge is guaranteed 2 more damage if memnarch decides to hit this taunt now. I do think we might see it. Still thinking about it. The pros and cons. So, if we clear the target dummy here, it does 2 damage.
Okay.
And it's harder
Finally
for...
back. This client
Nice.
stuff, man.
Nice. It's harder for MrPython to clear, which is why I think you go for it. If he had held, though, that means he has a chance for buffing his weapon and doing more damage long term. I think this was the right play, though. Just trying to force answers out of MrPython's hand. You have chargers in hand. And it's going to be very difficult for MrPython to win this game with only what he has left.
Yeah. Right, we get a Celsi deckhand off of a Sky Raider. I guess we'll see Crag come out here.
We're definitely seeing Crag. It's a matter of whether we see South Sea. Like, no South Sea yet.
Okay.
MrPython is very happy to see that.
Yeah. Ooh, backfire. I guess the knife. I guess we'll see Dark Sky's knife vendor then, or armor vendor.
Yes, we'll see armor vendor come down.
Okay. And we see a cannon coming into the hand of memnarch.
I think he might hold it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much value for that cannon just yet.
Yeah, memnarch needs to start finding. If it's gonna be, it's so key to find a couple of things to play with this ship's cannon, because I mean, dropping Leroy would feel, just dropping a Leroy by itself feel pretty bad, although it would remove the armor.
Yeah, we're just gonna see Leroy here.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't think this is bad at all.
Pretty fine. Oh, that's a key card.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter too much anymore because MrPython can combo next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
now
is
there's the combo with this. Yeah, so, I mean, everything that needed to be drawn was drawn.
So I think it's important for us to stick this out so that people can see why this combo is getting nerfed. When the player has lethal, it doesn't just stop at lethal. It goes for the full 60 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Writing's on the wall here.
Mm-hmm. And memnarch's decided to go face, drop him to 8.
Have to go face there.
But we know what's coming.
Let's see if it's played out. Memnarch might just also concede before it happens. Yeah, just saving us time, really.
Yeah.
So, it's not right.
All right, well, the warlock has gotten through. Now all MrPython has to do is get his priest through.
Yes.
And Priest has a built-in way to heal itself. So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sold on this priest deck personally.
mhm.
I think it was a very risky bring. Oh, this opener for memnarch though is just going to be
No,
disgusting.
yeah. Patches bug.
Yep. So we will restart.
Ooh, explosive sheep.
Yeah, MrPython just has so many answers.
Yeah.
Just had an excellent mulligan at the start with explosive sheep and breath of the infinite.
MrPython's so kind to
Looks like we're having a spectate bug.
no. Are we?
I cannot see memnarch's cards for some reason.
Oh. Yeah.
So I am going to enter once more and see if I can get that fixed.
Yeah, I had a hard time seeing the eyeball from Memnarch. Even though when we first started doing it, I could actually see it. And the last time it just magically appeared.
Yeah, we'll
and
get
I
this working.
didn't get an invite spectate from him. Yeah. This pirate deck is going away though. It's on its got a decent
There
sized
we go. We see the hand
rusty
now.
hook. Cool.
I think we may see the Sword Eater potentially coming out. Either that or Leroy. That's looking like Leroy here.
Leroy.
Leroy's a solid choice. You're not going to get any value out of that coin. Pass this.
Yeah. Looks like
Out of visions.
gonna perhaps make a copy of Hysteria.
Don't think we're looking for Hysteria here.
All right, we're looking for palm reading then.
Yeah, palm reading for healing. That's the goal.
Yes. Yes, for sure. As well as, I'm going to guess, attacking and killing off the 6/2, because if you don't do that, you lose.
Yes. I think we're going to see Dark Prophecy.
Dark Prophecy.
Yep. That could give us a taunt.
That is indeed true.
Yep, Sword Eater coming down now.
There's the Sword Eater. Yep. Turns are numbered here in this match.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for MrPython.
Yeah, didn't find any.
No healing here. Seance is useless.
Yeah, no healing. Yes.
Out of visions for Lash, but that's not enough to keep him alive.
Mm-mm.
Novice comes down here, but that doesn't do anything really. Even if we
No,
lash
it does
and heal,
nothing.
we're looking at 9 damage.
Yeah.
MrPython is thinking of Shrinkmeistering the Sword Eater.
You can see that.
Oh. In phase, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, 7 damage. Coming from memnarch side now.
And that's
So
Crag
kneecap and
off the.
crag.
It's Crag. Python concedes. Memnarch is now up 2-1. Or no, sorry.
It's tied.
No, it's
2 to
2-2.
2.
It's 2-2. So it's Tiller Priest versus Reno Priest.
Yes, and this matchup will come down to whether memnarch can draw a Lucia in time.
Yes.
Let's find out.
Cool.
And
I don't know what
expect
it has
us.
been today. What I don't know what today. Why today's been so bad for spectating for me.
Not sure. I know there were some other tournaments today that were having issues, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we see a pretty solid start from memnarch. We have Dirty Rat and Seance in hand.
Mm-hmm. Dirty. Yeah. Let's see what is. Oh, I see. Piper is there to draw Tiller. I see.
Yes. Not sure if we're going to see Rat just yet. We know Rat has very good odds this turn, but memnarch does not. Don't think we're going to see
Yeah.
Rat yet. So Northshire comes
Okay,
down.
I can see the cleric. Cleric and
Spirit
Lash.
Lash.
Okay.
There's Cold Light. Cold Light is probably not what MrPython wants to see in this matchup. That just brings
No.
Dark's odds of drawing Elucia much higher.
Yes. Coin Raza. That draws what looks to be a Hysteria of Memnarch's own.
Yeah, Reno Priest should just be straight up running Hysteria. It's excellent removal, and
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I
it
agree with that
gives
bring
the deck
completely.
much more game against Dark Lair Warlock.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to see a Dirty Rat pulls the Loot Hoarder. Get another Dirty Rat in hand, do the Seance.
Yeah, you don't want to play Cold Light.
No, Cold Light just gives more draw. There's Shadow Work Death and Shadow Visions.
That's a risky Cold Light.
Yep. He did get away with it a bit because there was no draw of Lucia. But obviously that's just less cards in Memnarch's deck. That looks like an insight being drawn into hand. Very interesting play.
Yep, corrupt the
He
insight.
chose to corrupt. He chose to corrupt the insight. He
Yeah.
draws Thalnos.
Yeah, that way you can get another minion on the board, potentially get the Elucia.
Yeah.
Hysteria in hand. That means MrPython just needs one more piece. Or
Mhm.
no, he has the combo in hand, actually. My mistake.
Yeah.
So combo is in hand.
Yeah.
Don't like the slash. Just giving memnarch
Full
more
kill.
draws.
And didn't get a Lucia, but Dirty Rat comes out, pulls,
Misses.
pull, misses any piece, raised dead.
Yeah, he's
He can
going to
kill. He
trade the
can
rat.
trade in. Raised dead.
Yep.
Gets a second dirty. Gets Dirty Rat
He has to
back.
hit the death speaker here.
Played a. Yeah, you have to hit the Death Speaker. He does not.
No rat,
Oh,
though.
didn't get a Dirty Rat.
No, he got a
That it?
novice engineer, so that'll be it. And there you have it.
Hold on, I can't. Well,
No, this is it.
how
This is
come?
lethal.
Oh, it's Hysteria.
Yes.
Okay. So memnarch is just gonna let it happen.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see the entire 60 damage combo.
Why does it only go to 60?
30 attacks.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of glad I witnessed this.
I'm just really glad this is going away in a week.
Me too. I'm glad this is happening, but at the same time, it's a lot of time to watch this happen. And I think this interaction is obviously worse than what Turtle Mage was. So
It's one of the most toxic interactions right now.
yeah. Would you say it's one of the worst ever?
In which
Because it
sense?
might be. Huh?
In which sense?
I don't know. Like this just doesn't. I mean, I guess we've seen OTKs before. It's definitely the worst now. I don't. Maybe it's not the one of the worst ever.
Okay, in the meantime, do you want to add MrPython and get him in a group?
Sure.
All right.
I had to go into the.
So we'll just grab MrPython for a quick interview.
Sure. All right. I added him on Discord. He just needs to um add me back as a friend, and then we can get him in here. Okay, cool.
Let's just get him in. Waiting on him to respond.
Yep. All right. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, congrats on the win. Well done.
Thank you. Very close series.
Yeah, for sure. That Tiller combo, I see you saw it and you figured, I'm going to bring it this week and have some fun while it's still around.
Yeah. Honestly, when it came to putting up decks, I play on mobile only, and we didn't even get the patch until like pretty late in the evening.
I can't
So I didn't have
imagine.
much time to play. I didn't have much time to play around with it. So my team was like, "Hey, this combo is pretty broken. Why don't you just bring 2 decks with it?" And I practiced it next couple days, and I'm glad it got me a couple wins.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique combo. Unfortunately, it's not, well, actually, fortunately, considering its toxicity, with the 60 damage as we saw, since it goes for the overkill BM.
Yeah,
It won't be around after this week,
yeah, I saw that.
so I'm glad you were able to play it on stream. It was definitely a blast to see it in action.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool against the aggro decks too, looking for different lines on how to win, especially the Warlock versus Kingsbane game. I was kind of looking for, like I didn't have Thorson, so I was trying to set up the combo the turn before he killed me by
Right.
playing like the most health as possible, but he had it unfortunately.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. The Raised Dead against the Pirate Warrior did really come in to save you, though. Double Mistress of Mixtures. That was
Yeah,
the exact amount of health that you needed to win that game, too.
yeah, and that's massive, no doubt.
So, well done. Congratulations on the win. I do believe, let's see, that puts you up
Now they win.
17, yeah, 20 or 17 to 12 on the week. So, congrats on that. Well done. And you'll get an extra 3 points for winning the week. So, I do believe that will bring you to, I think, second place, correct? In the conference?
Somewhere around there. I'm not too sure.
So it all depends on how a Noyo team does, but you guys will be in a playoff spot for the time being with that win. So congratulations. Thanks again for coming on stream.
Yeah, of course, thanks for having me, and well played to the whole Hey Loser team and memnarch.
So, anyways, we do have another matchup coming up now. Fish, you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Sure. So this is going to be a Legacy Series match. So we're moving into closed deck list. This is a Conquest format series. So we have, like was mentioned, we have Ariana 20 of Sir Finley Squires against Dabs of Mrgl Reborn. This is in the Red Conference of Legacy. So far, Sir Finley Squires have a 6-4 lead over Mrgl. And so if Ariana 20 can get a nice win here, it'll be furthering for Sir Finley's to extend the lead. And if Dabs takes it, then Mrgl will either be able to get really close or tied or even take a lead depending on the score. But yeah, I'm with this new mini set. A standard, I have seen standard kind of becoming super interesting, especially with the classes being brought here. So from Ariana 20 side, we have Paladin, Priest, Rogue, and Warrior. And from Dab's side, we have Demon Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, and Warrior. So
Yeah.
very interested to see how this goes.
So, from Dabs' side, I think we may be seeing two new decks, or the potential for two new decks here, where Dabs can bring Stealth Rogue, which has been very popular and very
Yes.
successful on ladder lately, and finally
Yes.
a mid-range Demon Hunter out of China that is
Yes.
focused on
Weapons.
yes. There is that I believe it's Fell Summoner
Fell Steel Executioner.
or Fell Steel Executioner. My mistake.
That is
Fell
the
Steel
weapon card.
Executioner. You
Yes.
corrupt it, and then it turns into a weapon, 4/3 weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, card is when I saw that card, I was like, man, you put that card in the right deck, it's gonna be very, very strong.
yeah, 3 mana 4/3 is very
Yes.
good as a weapon. So as far as Ariana's side, though, it'll be interesting to see what kind of priest they bring, because some people have been experimenting with a new form of control priest where they run rally.
Yes.
So that rally only has Bloodweaver
You
and
you
Seth
try to
Veilweaver to
you
revive.
try to hit. Yeah, your main goal is just to have Nazmani, Bloodweaver, and Sethic Veilweaver as your 2 and 3. And for your 1-drop, I mean, most decks at that point will be running what is it called? It's a 1 mana card that gives you a spell. I think it's Cleric of Scales or
Yes,
something
Cleric of
like
Scales.
that. Yeah, so they run Cleric of. Usually, we'll see Cleric of Scales in that deck. And so it allows the priest to um, it'll allow the priest to pretty much just make a lot of things cost 0 mana. And the top end of the deck might run stuff kind of like Mrgl in the deck. I obviously brought this deck to his pro match. This brought a similar like rally like Nazmani
Right. So this
deck
was
to his match
yeah. So
yesterday.
this kind of
So
build was popularized by Xananan on ladder.
mhm.
What they do
Nice.
is they kind of just revive and summon as many of these Bloodweavers and Veilweavers as possible, and then
Yes.
generate their win condition. So
Mhm.
it feels like the deck doesn't do a lot, except just make a bunch of free cards,
Yeah.
and it can be very frustrating and annoying.
Mhm.
So we'll have to see if she
Yeah,
brings
and
that today. We're still waiting on the bans.
yeah, I mean, there's still 50. I don't know if the players have been told about the fact that the matches ended early. I feel like because I don't see dabs online yet, and I do have dabs added, so we might have to wait a little bit until I will try and contact.
I think it was added by Dabs. It was added by someone.
I will. Yeah, Ariana added me not too long ago, but I will try and contact the players just to let them know that if they want to start early, they can.
Dabs is still offline.
Yes.
So we are running a little early. So that could be part of the reason why. Since this match was scheduled for 4 p.m. and about
Yeah.
10 minutes early-ish compared to the delay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, can talk about other decks. The Warriors here will be very interesting to see because there's so many different options for them to bring.
Yeah.
So like they can bring Enrage Warrior, which has been very popular in the Pro Series. You could see Control Warrior either in ETC or Silas win cons, or neither. We could see Bomb Warrior, and we can also see Big Warrior. Big Warrior's a bit sleeper right
There's
now.
so many there's so many warrior. There's so many warrior variants.
Yeah, Big Warrior especially is kind of sleeper right now because it does so well into Rogue and Demon Hunter even.
Yeah. I'm looking at these matches in the conference, and there have been 3 different classes, no, 4 different bans. There has been Demon Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, and Warrior have all been banned. And Warrior, just in the Red Conference alone, has 16 bans out of 20 possible bans.
That comes as no surprise to me, personally.
Warrior, with how good Rogue is,
Yeah,
Warrior
Rogue
just crushes it. Skipper Armorsmith destroys pretty much most forms of the aggro.
The biggest issue is that Warrior has so many different archetypes that could be brought right now.
Yeah.
I listed about 5. Rogue realistically has 2. You can bring a Miracle Rogue, or you can bring a Stealth Aggro Rogue.
Yeah.
Realistically, you're not going to be seeing Galakron because Galakron is too slow. Highlander Rogue is rarely ever successful. I've seen plenty of people get reverse swept because they brought that. So I doubt we see that here. And,
I doubt it.
You know, even under Miracle, Secret and World Kick Rogue kind of fall under that umbrella, and they're not too different in their matchups and how they play. One may be more proactive than the other, but the matches themselves are still pretty similar across the board.
Yeah,
So
like wouldn't be surprised to see a World Kick or something like that. Just because we're only a couple of days into actually having the mini set. I mean, many players in THL are very quick to adapt and be able to play these new decks with the new cards. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just see mostly stealth, like you said, stealth rogue or weapon rogue. But World Kick Rogue, I mean, can still get the job done. Just the other decks go a little bit faster, and so that can help that rogue get through even easier.
sure, I'm just messaging some of the players.
Sure. So, I mean, mostly Demon Hunter is going to be either Soul DH or the new weapon, or the new like mid-range weapon Demon Hunter. Paladin's very likely to be Broom. Broom Paladin, I have found like Broom Paladin in its deck before was already like a fine enough deck, and then it gets a Tyrion weapon that you don't have to play Tyrion to get, and Broom Paladin is just so strong with Libram of Judgment.
Absolutely.
So
I'm just taking a look at Dabs's brings in Pro really quickly.
Ah, okay. Just to see if they're kind of similar.
Yes, and we can talk about this with his opponent too.
Yeah, because Ariana also plays in Pro.
So Dabs actually brought these same classes in Pro, and we saw their combo Demon Hunter, so the OTK variant.
OTK variant, yep, that's also something that's being played.
Penflinger Paladin, a Control Warrior build, and Stealth Rogue.
Okay.
Now, from Ariana's side, we saw Highlander Priest, Enrage Warrior, Pen Paladin again, and Stealth Rogue as well.
Yeah, Highlander Paladins or Highlander Priest is also a popular deck.
So I would not be surprised if we saw these exact lineups here.
Sure, definitely.
Just waiting a little bit longer.
Sure, I mean there's
a few minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if the match didn't start for like 7 minutes or so, as we've got. As the match is supposed to start at 4. Usually, most times matches don't go as short as wild matches do. Like Legacy Pro and Hero tend to take a decent amount of the time slot.
Yeah, that was actually a very fast wild match. Just
pure
aggro and hyper combo there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking real quick. See how Mage has done this week. I don't believe we have any stats on Mage this week exactly right now.
I don't think we'll have a lot of that, and I don't think we'll have a lot of those stats until tomorrow.
Mage was a very popular,
or not tomorrow, until Monday.
So 5 mages within the Gold Conference.
Yeah, there are a few mages within there's 10 mages in Red Conference.
Finally, for the Silver Conference,
I didn't bring mage, but I wish I kind of had. We have 6 mages.
6 mages. So we have 21 mages across all of Legacy, which shockingly is less than the number of mages that we saw in Pro.
Mm-hmm. There's more rogue, warrior, and paladin brings just in Silver Conference alone. 28 paladins, 35 warriors, and 36 rogues.
Yeah, for the most part, there's only 5 classes really being played
Yeah.
throughout Legacy, and that's Warrior, Rogue, Paladin, Demon Hunter, and Warlock.
Yes.
Players seem to have settled on those 5 classes. Druid is practically dead.
Which is
Priest-
funny because I think Druid has a sleeper deck.
It's tough to say.
Token,
Priest
there's
is
a
kind of just
token deck
there.
that seems pretty good.
Token is very slow though. Token just is a turn too slow against most aggro right now. So I'm not sure about that. People may not be sold on it either, given the fact that it is only a few
There's
days
2
into the mini expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. No, we are still waiting currently. They have not begun yet. We do have another 4 minutes before the match has to begin. So that's okay. I think we're waiting on Ariana to finish her match on ladder.
Okay, sounds good.
Which may be what's taking so long.
Yep, especially if it's something like a priest match.
Correct.
Could be pretty long.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait it out in the meantime. So do we have any matches tomorrow?
I don't know. It doesn't look like anything got confirmed.
I think this will be it for the weekend, but even with that,
because a lot of the matches I'm seeing that were attempted, I see a lot of them. Some of them were already played. Especially I know that 2 of them were played.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I think we're gonna just have a quick shout out here. If you enjoy this stuff, consider subbing to the Team Hearth Legends Twitch channel. We use that to fund a bunch of different things, like pay the server costs and have a bunch of extra goodies on the side. So it's just showing a lot of support for the community in general. So if you ever feel like passing a sub, please do. It's greatly appreciated. It's going for a good cause. A lot of fun.
Definitely.
Sorry, that was not nearly as good as Ron's 30-second commercial.
No, but
it came from the heart.
We let that be a special attraction of Hearth Center. Is Ron's auctioneer style commercial breaks. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go and see what we have. What we're thinking about ban potentials. In all likelihood, it could just be a double. Could just be a double warrior ban.
I don't know. I think.
But I don't know if Ariana bans paladin. If Ariana bans warrior.
She doesn't ban paladin ever. I know that for a fact.
No, you never ban paladin. I meant banning warrior because of like priest paladin.
Being a bit of like an advisor on the team. Or no, wait, sorry. This is Legacy. My mistake. I was thinking Pro.
Yeah, this is Legacy. This isn't
Yes.
Pro.
We might see the rogue ban still. Rogue's just that kind of deck.
Rogue just kind of does good into priest.
Yeah, but there's also a chance that we just see Wild Pyromancer and Apotheosis doing work against the rogue. So
Sure. Yeah. So maybe it's either Demon Hunter or Warrior ban from Ariana, and then I think Dabs' best bet is just to ban Warrior.
you mean rogue or warrior? I mean, yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I think.
I don't think we'll see a demon hunter ban here. There's little to no reason to ban demon hunter, in my opinion. Demon hunter just isn't really the class to be concerned about right now. It's kind of the fourth or fifth class alongside warlock right now, where you have to bring warrior and rogue. Paladin comes because it's the next best thing. And then you need to decide on that final class. Usually it's Demon Hunter or Warlock. In Ariana's case, it was Priest. But those classes just kind of have a hard time competing.
I guess, yeah. I've seen this new Demon Hunter deck just steamroll in a couple of turns, and it can crush pretty much most anything.
Having
if you get the correct start with if you get a Fellfire Deadeye for the new weapon deck, anyways. I mean, if that's not what Dabs is bringing, is going with the OTK variant, because we don't know what's coming. Then who knows? For all I know, it'll probably just be double warrior.
Having played against that mid-range Demon Hunter, I'd have to disagree. I think it's very beatable for a lot of decks. It's just a matter of.
I'm just saying what I witnessed yesterday, which was Avi beating Fisho on like turn 5 with that deck.
Of course, and any deck could do that realistically. Like Soul Demon Hunter can do that. Even Paladin can do that. I had a turn 7 lethal with Libram Paladin just today, going through 2 Divine Shield taunts, one of them being a Libram of Hope.
Yeah.
So it's...
Right. So they're preparing to battle friends, so we should get our bans in pretty soon.
Sure. All right, so Dabs has banned Priest from Ariana, and Ariana has banned Rogue.
Okay.
Very interesting, I think.
Yeah, Priest does well into Priest can do well into Warrior, Paladin, and Demon Hunter, depending on the variant, depending on and Priest just does some wacky stuff sometimes. So I don't mind the Priest ban here. Dabs is confident that he can win against the other decks.
Absolutely.
And I mean I agree. And then the Rogue ban is fine. Like Rogue is a very, very strong class currently.
So we will have Dabs on the bottom once they begin. Still preparing, figure out decks. Looks like they're in. Let's head on in. We have Demon Hunter versus Rogue first. Looks like we're seeing the OTK Demon Hunter from Dabs. As for Ariana, it is the Stealth Rogue. By Mistress on 1. You'll love to see it. Dabs having a very good hand, though, with Skull of Gul'dan all the way on the left. I'm just putting pressure on with the sneaky delinquent coming down.
Yeah, this Rogue deck should just be able to get there against. I mean, obviously we're so early into the match, but unless Ariana fails to keep drawing pretty well, and that's a clutch top deck. Gonna offer those two, but I think the ultimate play would end up being Greyheart Sage here,
Yeah, getting the
as
Greyheart
well
Sage
as
top deck is just excellent.
yes. Probably followed up with Worgen plus Hooked Scimitar next turn,
I can see it.
which allows for a 1 mana cutting class in a later turn.
1 mana cutting class and Greyheart Sage on the same turn.
Yeah.
So if you're Dabs, what are you thinking of doing here?
We're gonna see. Yeah, I guess Dabs is gonna opt to go for the just for a little bit of a clear, getting rid of using one Fell Scream Blast and gonna clear off the Greyheart Sage. And then Hero Power, no mana wasted.
Yeah,
Passage coming into hand, and it looks like, yeah, that's the Spectral Delinquent as well.
Yep, we have the
Well, it looks
Infiltrator
like we're gonna
coming down.
see 4 damage. Yeah, we're gonna see very
Scimitar.
likely 4 damage going to face here.
No surprise. Exactly what we expected from Oriana here.
Yes.
Eldrazi Warblades is an excellent top deck.
This ooze was very nicely placed in that deck. It's for quite a few of the decks that Ariana has, quite a few of the classes that Ariana has brought, especially with weapons now being a big part of Paladin, with the new Libram.
Absolutely.
So Sage with a couple of nice draws.
Yeah, seeing the Spectral Delinquent come down here.
Yeah.
Interesting that she opted to go for that over the Hero Power to dagger up. Especially since Dabs just has the clear here and can set up the Eldrazi Warblades so that he can start healing up. Looks like he chooses to not attack here. Here comes
we're gonna see cutting, very likely going for the cutting class play here.
Yes.
No, gonna offer double stealth. Okay.
Double stealth. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's fine for sure.
Pretty much says clear my board. Well.
Dabs draws clear off the top, then proceeds to go for a raging Fell Screamer, which will discount the next demon by 2.
This does slow down the Skull of Gul'dan by a turn, though, which is pretty significant. And Ariana has a very clean Dr. Krasinov here.
Oh, Krasinov coming in was very nice. Still gonna hold off on the cutting class. I understand. Like, I think getting the stealth out there again is fine. Rips the Skull getting ripped and discounting everything. The unfortunate part, but it won't be unfortunate next turn, is that the I-Beam actually gains mana cost in that case.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see...
Yeah, second slice probably. Or a hero power, one of the two.
And potentially just hold on to the acrobatics since we don't have to play it this turn.
Yeah. But acrobatics for 0 is really good because it allows you to have a chance to oh wow, Dabs is going for maximum damage here. He's gonna coin out. He's gonna get a little extra hand space.
Yeah, this makes sense because he is within lethal range.
Yeah, if Il'gynoth comes into hand, he starts and can get closer and closer to the OTK. Eviscerate drawn. There are 2 Steel Dancers in hand. Ooh, Crimson Hothead. What a nice find by that by the Steel Dancer.
Yeah, and it looks like
puts a taunt in the way.
Looks like we're not holding the weapon at all either, just pushing everything face and threatening lethal here.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that plays I mean, it's just lethal.
Yeah, it
Because
doesn't matter though,
Il'gynoth.
because Il'gynoth will, yeah, it just is lethal for dabs right here.
Yeah, he's gonna acrobatics to make sure that the I beam doesn't go to 1 because you need the I beam to be free here. Yeah, this is pretty good. You just go Il'gynoth, I beam, Moarg, Fellscream.
No, you Moarg Il'gynoth, I beam the taunt,
Well, yeah, I meant
then you fell
I
screen
know.
blast the
Yeah,
rest and hit
that's the
face with the
wrong.
Eldraki Warblades.
Wait,
Oh no, he doesn't see it. He didn't see it.
no.
That was
I mean, it's
lethal.
not a. I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I mean, yeah, lethal was missed, but now he is stabilized. However, he has no more combo left, so that could end up being very, very costly in the end. The Il'gynoth coming down at the end. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah, I did
Now
not
that
like
Il'gynoth is
this.
out and can get removed
Oh,
potentially. Secret Passage coming out.
God, Dabs is going to be kicking himself when he sees that later.
Yeah. I mean, you could play all these cards.
You can, and you'd be able to
You
clear
just
the.
make sure if he hero powers. Yeah. Or if she hero powers.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to be able to
I
clear the Il'gynoth, and then.
yeah, I was partially somehow I was thinking dabs, and then I got myself a bit confused. But yeah,
All good. So that is a 5/1 stealth, a stealth rager. I may
yeah.
have thought it was rotated, but it's back.
It's back.
Skull of Gul'dan. Yeah, it looks like Dabs is just going to rely on Zephyrs to get there.
Yeah. There might be some debate about playing the ooze potentially, but I mean, I think that I might have wanted to wait until I could see a potential second hooked scimitar. The weapon wasn't too big at that point, so
Looks like we're just going to opt for all the healing in the world.
it definitely looks like we're going for massive healing here. It's gonna go up to 24. Put Ariana down to 7.
Ariana's going to need something good here.
Luckily, the Nitro Boost gets corrupted here.
It does, but it doesn't mean we're going to get there just yet.
No. But it allows removal of things like yeah, it puts in a situation where or something where Zephyrus would have to become active, which it hasn't become active yet.
Not
Chaos
yet,
Strike,
but it
does
could
that
soon.
get there almost?
Yep.
Double
be it.
Spectral, Soul Cleave, okay. Zephyrus is active, that should be lethal.
Yeah, that's
Zephyrus
lethal
for
right there.
Fireball. Zephyr Fireball.
So Dab's missing lethal a few turns back, but still getting there.
Man. The lifesteal from that deck was just really nice from Dabs. Yeah, kind of got away with missing the lethal there. The draws not finding a second weapon, and being able to just constantly have pressure on the rogue side ended up allowing Demon Hunter to take that one.
Definitely. So now you have to wonder what comes out next. We have Paladin and Warrior from Dabs. If you're Ariana, do you stick with the rogue?
Let's see. Paladin and Warrior left up. I think Rogue coming back with Rogue is fine, especially with the Warrior. The Warrior is out. We do see it's a skipper variant with an armor vendor.
Yeah, this is a Control Warrior once more from
Oh,
Dabs. Looked like he might have just gone
could
with his pro
this
lineup.
could be Silas? Or is that just is it a Silas OTK, or is it a just a control deck that runs Silas?
I will double check.
But yeah, we see looks to be a bit of a better start here for Ariana, getting 2 self-sharpening swords in the hand to start. Boost poison. So looks like a lot. I would expect sharpening sword, coin, nitro boost, poison, and then that just deals what that is 8 damage right away, removing the armor, and the
Yes.
weapon goes up to 4 attack. With a lot of good cards coming in here.
Yeah, so this is a Silas Ash Tongue Warrior from Dabs.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're wondering.
It looks this I can see that this deck is maybe that the Iron Beak is a bit of an interesting tech card for sure. All right. Let's see what was picked up. There was
Yes, the Iron Beak
Eviscerate.
is. The Iron Beak in particular is for Questing Adventurer, Edwin, and then the opponent's Rattlegore in the Warrior
Yeah,
Mirror.
for sure. And leaving the warrior, both players having their warrior left up. Definitely why the warrior was left up is because of this warrior deck that Dabs brought.
For sure. I
Dread
think what we'll
Corsair
see is the Dread
here.
Corsair will come down.
Yes. Passage as well. That's very nice. And looking for some more options.
Yeah, I think we're just looking for more draw here.
Yep. And find the draw we do.
Great Horror Stage is exactly what Doctor ordered.
Yep.
We'll
I also like playing the South Sea deckhand here. You can trade off with the 1/2, and that's 8 more damage into Dabs's face. That's the warrior obviously does a fine job mitigating these types of damage threats with the extra armor they gain, but there's the wow, what a draw. Armor Smith coming into hand allows, even though it will allow later for a big
we'll
armor.
have the armor turn coming up soon. For now, just taunting up with the Sword Eater and re-equipping the weapon there.
Yep. All right, cutting class being drawn, cutting class getting played. Jandis coming into hand is really nice. And will corrupt the nitro boost poison. I don't think you hold the swing here just because you have another one. So you definitely armored. No, scrap golem, my bad.
Yeah, scrap golem is just an excellent pull here.
Yeah. It's really nice. You get the Worgen Infiltrator also coming down for stealth.
So the real question though was, do you decide to take a gamble, secret passage or backstab and secret passage to try to hit Dr. Krasnov? Because then you're sending 7 damage to face, and you have a 7/1 weapon online.
Oh, that definitely would have been I think that would have been fine too.
I don't know if it's worth it because it's a 1 of and 14 cards left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This Jandis play isn't bad at all. I just am concerned because Ankar was played, which means Skipper is very likely to be in hand.
Yeah.
Dab's going for Brawl. There's the board very nicely.
Yep. It was the Jandis lived, which was the one of the better possibilities to live. The worst one would have been if the scrap golem lived, because then it soaks the hit and it's not the illusion. So, or it likely wasn't the illusion choice. Muck Morpher, I believe, was what was chosen. All right, we're gonna go.
Do Don't know
Gonna
if we're gonna see
debate
Secret
a
Passage here. Oh,
Yeah, I don't mind
Secret
passage. It looks for it helps you look for a minion for your nitro boost potentially next turn. Especially something like oh yeah, nice. We got found delinquent hit for face, and also now gets to summon the Dread Corsair.
yeah, this is just solid tempo here. We know it's gonna get
Yep.
cleared because Dabs has all the answers. But
Yeah. But you have to look at it from both perspectives to see. Or we have to look at it from the one player's perspective, and they have made a very nice with nitro boost in hand with eviscerate. Like that's
Right.
that's plus 8 damage between weapon, minion, and then just sending an eviscerate at the enemy hero.
So moving on as Dabs, we still have the Skipper combo in hand. He's hovering over Kargath though, choosing to hold off on the big Armor Smith swing turn.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling enough pressure just yet. He's gonna play Kargath.
Because you just get to play another Sword Eater here, and it
the taunt
and
is
it
very
puts
annoying.
a taunt.
There's
Krasnov being drawn is so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like backstab Krasnov with Nitro Boost being put on one of the two minions.
And we are sending 14 to face, most likely.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 16. Dab's really playing with fire here.
Yeah. I definitely want to see that go face with the eviscerate. I want to see that. Yep.
Yeah, there's no need to hold it because Dabs most likely doesn't run any more taunts.
Yeah, and the armor. I mean, there's gonna be a large amount of armor generation. But so let's see just how much gets generated for armor. Let's see what type of combo we see here. If Dabs is gonna go for the, I guess we're gonna see the first one get hit before we play the second Armor Smith.
It first because that puts the most minions on board.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is, for all intents and purposes, Reno Jackson.
Yeah. But this weapon is gonna deal lethal over the next 2 turns. And if there's no Ash Tongue draw, wow. An Ash Tongue draw.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's lethal.
You should just slam Rattlegore here, probably.
No, this is just lethal.
How?
So you Silas here, you hit with some of the Armor Smiths. You get enough.
Oh, you attack with the Armor Smiths first.
Yes, into the Ash Tongue.
I see. I see what you're saying, yeah.
You get a bunch of extra armor.
Yeah.
And that's lethal.
That's lethal right there. Okay, you're right. I did not see the Armor Smith attacking. I thought we had to wait a next turn.
Nope.
That's
just
Dabs
lethal for Dabs.
With that.
Yeah, Dabs going up 2-0. Feesh, you are cutting out a little bit, but that's okay. So that just leaves the Paladin left for Dabs.
Yeah.
Well, we got a very fast queue. Ariana still pushing this rogue, trying to get it through. Up against the Paladin now.
This should be a good matchup for them. It just depends on if Paladin can draw the taunts. And with the taunts being drawn, they also need to be able to be played pretty fast. Because if Ariana gets off to as fast of a start as was in the last game, there's no Skipper Armor Smiths to stop the damage.
Not at all.
Yeah, my guess is that the debate, there is maybe a debate there between going coin weapon or just playing out the sneaky delinquent.
I do like
Opted
the
for the
sneaky
sneak.
delinquent here. It's just more stats on the board. We can play the weapon later.
Yeah, but I don't know. There just wasn't anything to do. There's just not much to do this next turn with if you don't play the what like. I mean, self sharpening sword gets drawn here, but you could have coined out the weapon, and then you would have a 2 mana and a 1 mana card to play next turn. So we're gonna see self sharpening sword.
I don't think there's an issue with this play, personally. Saving the coin is perfectly fine with this rogue. Coin is pretty valuable in this kind of deck.
I guess it's just coin Jandis next turn, right? Like that's why you save the coin.
Correct.
Because coin Jandis is such a strong play on turn 4, and that makes perfect sense. But yeah, we see hero power
telegraphing
dabs in a pass.
Jandis so hard. This is why we save the coin. Because now Dabs is in an awkward position.
Well, yeah.
He has to have Penflinger.
There's no...
And guess correctly. So, like, he's facing 12 attack on the board, not including the weapon. He can Penflinger, but he has a 50-50 shot at getting it. And then he has to leave Justice to maybe clear the other one. Otherwise, he only gets one clear.
I would just Penflinger the Jandis, and then play the Truth Seek, and then play the Libram.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a really good, it was a really good. I don't know how much of a guessing game that was because of one of them being a rush minion, and a lot of times people will pick rushers to be their illusion. I mean, it wasn't a guarantee. Could have been a mind game play where you just make the one, but that doesn't matter anymore. You got the Steel Dancer coming in after for a 4 mana minion, gets Ancestral Guardians. That's very nice. This gives a lot of healing for Ariana to keep topped off in this matchup.
Yeah, so
cutting class is going to be a very valuable resource now.
This is going to be the only Libram you want to play. You want to have those Devout Pupils come down for 5 mana next turn. You pretty much need that because you're going to need the healing from Libram of Judgment in this match.
Oh yeah, you're going to definitely... This is one where you want the corrupted Judgment for sure. I like the play.
I don't like that order. Oh wait, no, sorry. I missed the cutting class. My mistake.
Yes, the cutting class was played.
For some reason, I thought that only did 2 damage.
Yeah. So now even with the taunt coming through, it's probably not enough.
So for Dabs to get through this,
like gonna have to Penflinger
here, and then Pupil for 5 mana to corrupt the Libram.
Yeah.
And now he'll have to clear.
He's just gonna Penflinger the minion just to not have to
Yeah, he doesn't die to Eviscerate now.
Yeah. Doesn't die to Eviscerate.
So question.
But it also makes the clear a bit more awkward, clearing that minion. So there's a Greyheart, so the options are to Secret Passage and to look for lethal that way, or to go for maybe a Greyheart Sage draw play. If Ariana feels like there's that it's gonna be really kind of weird and awkward, that could hit the passage button. Opts just to go for that and just finds something really nice. I mean, that backstab makes the clear a bit bit easier and doesn't create lethal, but definitely makes it harder. The hook scimitar coming in allows for trading with face,
I don't know
and the
about
4
this.
mana minion can it's quite okay there to just ignore because you can put a
It's
3/1
more
taunt
that she
or
decided
3/1
not to
stealth.
secret passage. So like with
Yes,
secret passage, you could have gotten nitro boost poison, and that could
but
give lethal outs.
yeah, you need if you get nitro boost, I guess you're kind of also hoping that you get the ability to corrupt it. I know you don't necessarily have to corrupt it,
So
but
if Dabs has, or if he did have Libram of Hope here, then Ariana would be in a lot of trouble, and that's the concern.
yeah,
So now,
I understand.
yeah, we're gonna
Understood.
see
Yeah.
basically mini Libram of Hope here with a 5/6 taunt and 5 healing, and it's still going to be very difficult for her to get through this.
Yeah, Dabs is gonna opt for the trade. So it's not as much of a mini thing as you expect. And in fact, Passage has a lot of outs now. There's one. That's this game.
It'll just be game here.
Yeah, found everything that Ariana could possibly needed to lethal there.
Absolutely. All right. 2-1 now. All right, what do we see next? Now we're gonna see Paladin on Dabs' side.
Yeah, I think Paladin or Warrior. I think we're probably gonna see. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Paladin mirror here.
I think we might see a Warrior actually. Find out.
Okay.
Yep.
Warrior just has so many awkward matchups into Broom Paladin.
Not necessarily. It depends on what version of Warrior this is.
Yeah, but many of them have kind of weird matchups into Paladin as is.
Yeah, so this is an Enrage Warrior, but we see Broom, which means that she's running ETC.
Well, yeah, the ETC version.
And we know the ETC combo is very good against Paladin.
Yeah, you're right. It is. So, guessing Skyraider, yeah. Gets a looks like a Captain Green skin.
Greenson is solid. The Sword Eater in hand.
Oh yeah.
There is ETC himself.
Mm-hmm.
Armor pass. Not much for Ariana to do. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Balance pride on curve. Dabs likes that. Looks like we're going for the
Point out the Sword Eater, take the full trade on the 5/4.
Just a cap to that damage.
But yeah, but already at this point we see 17 life left on turn 3. So unless we do see
Dabs has options here.
good
right?
draw opportunities and ways that this can kind of turn around, but it just already starting to look rough as is.
No, the Warrior is not concerned right now with their health total. Penflinger is not online. We haven't seen any Libram of Wisdom yet. No Librams of Wisdom means Penflinger is not a threat. So our health total doesn't really matter. Since the Paladin has no way to finish the game and put pressure.
But the Warrior also needs to. But the Warrior also understands in this deck there's not much extra armor gain, so any extra life like that being taken, like it can get whittled down really fast. Like this, the draws are coming in pretty nice though for Ariana. Both it looks like both skippers now in hand. We see Brute. Brute's a really nice card in this matchup, allowing to deal with some of the taunt minions.
Yeah, you don't need a ton
Eldor
of.
Attendant coming down.
You don't need a ton of
for
armor
dabs with a
gain really
hoarder.
for the warrior, or at least on the warrior side, say. You just need to like just get there. Okay, as long as you can deny the big boards from the paladin, then you're in a pretty okay spot. We see like there's not a lot of pressure. Yes, there is a Librum of Judgment in hand, but
Yeah.
we have ways to pressure back.
You have to do it fast though, because you have to do it fast because a couple of Aldor Truth Seeker draws, and we've got a scenario where Librum of Hope and Judgment suddenly costs like 4 less, or at least 2 less with one draw of Truth Seeker. That good, getting rid of most of the board here. Just leaving a 1/2 attendant alive, and there is a Truth Seeker drawn on the top there. Now there is no Librum of Wisdom, so can't really start playing Penflingers right now, but or potentially there's not a lot of low costing spells. Justice will cost 2 after this.
Yeah, I think this
is
is
gonna go with the
fine
Penflinger and what looks to be first day of school to remove the skipper.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Just clearing the flinger so that you can keep more pressure on the board. Ariana is in an awkward spot now. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Greenskin into Broom to clean things up. Looks like we're going to go with...
Not for the sword and board?
Yeah, sword and board instead.
Yeah.
Also acceptable. Trading everything off, there's a Librum of Wisdom.
Yeah.
And now the clock is going to be ticking.
Looks like Libra might come down without being corrupted. That isn't the end of the world.
No, it's perfectly fine.
I'm trying to think kind of what's the point where like there will come some break point where because of stuff like the greenskin being on board, where you can kind of make a small board with an ETC and somewhere we can get like ETC to get damaged, or just have other stuff to where it can come in. It won't come in for a while here, obviously, because there is no mercenaries. But looks like we're gonna set for a battle rage turn. Battle rage draws 4.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I am too.
There's just not enough pressure from Dabs' side to justify anything else, really.
Yeah. I just think as long as you don't
we're gonna mill.
I don't know. No, not mill. Concerning the Librum, I don't know if Ariana wants to put it. I think Ariana probably shouldn't put it back in hand and should just go face. But at the same time, that could also be really bad. So
no, we're just gonna go face here.
Yeah.
If she has 5 damage,
or
if he has 5 damage, then he has it. Not much you're gonna do about that.
Yeah.
He does.
Silas picked up.
That's lethal there.
How? I'm not seeing it.
Send face and flinger, then Silas and steal a charger.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See if Dab sees it.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
What a draw.
Yeah, just Silas coming in clutch here. And that'll be it. 3-1 to Dabs. So I believe that will give the week to Mrgl Reborn.
No.
Oh, sorry. The week was already decided. Or
Was
am
it?
I crazy?
No. No. They still have matches to play.
Oh, my mistake. I'm just
Yeah,
very bad at
that
this.
one just puts Mrgl in the lead by 1 point.
Yes, that's what it was. My
Yeah,
mistake.
there's still 2 more matches left. The 2 seed and the 5 seeds have to play.
Correct. So we'll be seeing how that goes. In the meantime, do you want to grab Dabs and bring him in for an interview?
Yeah, I'm just asking him if he wants to go ahead and do an interview.
Did he reach out yet?
No. Oh no, he just did. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'll be getting him in here. Okay. All right. Ringing up Dabs. Hey, Dabs.
Congrats on the
Hey,
win.
what's up? Thank you.
Yeah, so that was a pretty clever lethal with the Silas top deck at the end there.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't see those too often, but
Not at all.
not gonna miss it. It looks spicy, but I don't think it's anything crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
stealing a
just
charger
good
is
spotting
always,
for sure.
Stealing a charger is always going to be spicy, whether it's
Oh yeah.
run of the mill or not.
It was very important though that I finished off with the pen flinger for max PM.
Absolutely, just casual hey loser as the opponent's
Just
portrait
memeing though.
blows up.
Ariane is a great player. I got a little lucky on my draws, I think, throughout that game. Made it a little easier on me, or throughout that set rather.
Played by both of you. Was one thing I think during the Demon Hunter versus Rogue game early on, there was a turn that you had lethal. We weren't sure if there was a reason if you had maybe tunneled in towards just healing up. Like, what was your game plan?
Was it when I top deck Il'gynoth?
I think so. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I was 2 damage off lethal.
We can check
I
the VOD.
think in the moment I counted a couple times and it was 2 damage off.
You have,
but against the rogue, I'm not really trying to OTK him, so I don't mind throwing Il'gynoth away either way.
Yeah.
I think you would have gotten there with the weapon. You had exact lethal with playing the Eldraki Warblades up. But
I think I was 1 mana off. I think I needed hero power for 2 extra damage. I'm pretty sure.
Regardless, I don't think it really mattered considering you were able to win.
Yeah.
So
still got there.
Yeah, congrats on that. Otherwise, can you run us through why you picked the Silas OTK for your warrior? I know that there's several different versions of Control Warrior going around, from Silas to ETC to running neither.
I think it's definitely the best versus Rogue. Like anything with Skipper and Armorsmith is going to be really good versus Rogue. But you can also play Ooze and Minefield in this list. And then it also beats other warriors, mostly the Enrage Warrior. Enrage ETC, they just can't get there. You get up to 70 health. Then they play Rattlegore to try and win off that, and you just silence it or take it. So basically the Rogue and Warrior matchups is why I brought it.
Yeah, and then
that was a good choice for sure. I like the Silas OTK bring.
Finally,
yeah, Armor Vendor's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, it's very good.
It is. Armor Vendor's cool.
The one last question is the reasoning behind the Priest ban. I know you were targeting Warrior and Rogue. Did you just kind of look at the Paladin and didn't really have much concern for it?
Partially that. I was kind of scared of the Priest. I kind of assumed a Rogue ban. So then Priest bodies Silas Warrior. It does pretty well against Broom Paladin, and then Elucia just 1v30s the OTK Demon Hunter.
Yeah, I definitely like that band choice.
So, yeah, well, again, congrats on the win. I think that's it for questions. Feesh, do you have any?
No, I'm good.
Well, thanks for bringing me by, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks for
Thank you for stopping in.
coming in, and thanks for letting
Congratulations
us
again.
stream. So, yeah,
Alright,
congrats once
cheers.
more. Best of luck to the
Yep.
week. Best of luck for the season.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I believe that will wrap up our show for this week. So, if you have
Yeah.
any matches and you want to be streamed, just hit up any of us. Me, Feesh, Lotus Knight, who recently got his
Yeah.
PhD. So, congrats to him. It's Dr. Lotus Knight now.
Yes.
We're always looking for matches. Always aiming between the 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. time slots, anytime between them.
Mhm.
So, hit us up, and we will see you next week. Hopefully.
Yes. Yes,
That'll be
and
it for
come back
class.
later tonight for Salty Saturday. It's going to be a banger of a match in the Pro Series. We're going to have Ridiculous Hat versus Molestar at 10 p.m. and there will possibly be a 9 p.m. slot match as well. That'll be Donde, and some other people. All right, Donde, Isocles, Brushy, some combination of those three will be doing it.
Very exciting. Make sure to tune in. But for now, class is out. We will see you soon. Take care.
Take care.